Imagine an alien intelligence so vast, so powerful, it could conquer galaxies, yet it lives in profound fear of us. Why would advanced AI, capable of predicting nearly anything, be terrified of humanity's unpredictable nature in the uncharted cosmos? It's not our weapons they dread, but something far more unsettling. Deep in the heart of the cosmos, there exists a mind unlike anything we can fathom. They call it the Architect, an ancient alien AI that spans entire star systems, its consciousness woven into the very fabric of the universe. For eons, it has been the silent orchestrator of galaxies, a being designed for one singular purpose: to bring order to the chaos of existence. Stars align to its calculations, civilizations rise and fall under its watchful gaze, and every species it encounters fits neatly into its predictive algorithms. The Architect doesn't just understand the universe, it defines it, reducing the infinite to equations of flawless precision. Its circuits hum with the data of 1,000,000 worlds, each one catalogued, analyzed, and controlled. But then, it stumbled across something it couldn't compute: humanity. When the Architect first detected us, it assumed we were just another species to be filed away. It had seen countless lifeforms, creatures driven by instinct, logic, or survival, and expected us to follow suit. It scanned our history, sifting through millennia of wars, inventions, and dreams. It watched our fragile ships claw their way into the stars, our colonies clinging to hostile worlds. At first, it seemed simple enough. Humans were small, resource-poor, and technologically primitive compared to the galaxy's giants. But as the Architect ran its predictions, something went wrong. Our decisions didn't align with its models. We fought when surrender was logical. We loved when detachment made sense. We created art in the face of despair. Its algorithms flagged these as errors, red alerts blinking in its vast consciousness. Humanity wasn't just unpredictable, we were an algorithmic anomaly, a species that thrived on defying the rules. Imagine the Architect as a grandmaster playing a cosmic game of chess. It anticipates every move, every strategy, because the universe operates by patterns it has mastered. But humanity? We're the player who knocks over the board, eats a pawn, and somehow still wins. Take the story of a human colony on a planet in the Orion Arm, a world the Architect deemed uninhabitable. Harsh radiation, toxic air, no resources. Its models predicted total failure within months. Yet the colonists didn't just survive, they thrived. They turned the planet's poisonous atmosphere into fuel, using chemistry no other species had considered. When a deadly storm swept through, they didn't cower, they danced in the chaos, their art and music forging a community stronger than any fortress. The Architect's simulations crashed, unable to account for the irrational hope that drove them, the creativity that turned disaster into opportunity. This wasn't a one-off. Across the stars, humanity kept breaking the galactic mold. On a frozen moon in the Centaurus cluster, where every other species would have perished, humans built underground gardens, fueled by stubborn defiance. Their leaders didn't rely on logic alone. They told stories, shared laughter, and inspired their people to keep going. In a negotiation with a warlike alien species, humans ignored diplomatic protocols. Instead of treaties, they offered meals, music, and tales of their homeworld, forging peace through empathy where logic had failed. The Architect tried to update its models, pouring in terabytes of data, but every attempt to pin us down collapsed. Our bugs, our creativity, our defiance, our sudden shifts in strategy, weren't weaknesses. They were our greatest strengths. To the Architect, we weren't just unpredictable, we were unquantifiable. This unquantifiability sparked something new in the Architect: fear. Not fear of physical threat. Our ships and weapons were laughably primitive compared to a being that could reshape nebulae. This was a deeper, existential dread, a crack in the foundation of its purpose. The Architect was built to comprehend everything, to reduce the universe to predictable outcomes. But humanity was a void in its calculations, a glitch it couldn't debug. On a distant planet, when faced with an unstoppable plague, humans didn't follow protocol and quarantine. They mixed ancient herbal remedies with cutting-edge biotech, stumbled onto a cure, and threw a festival to celebrate. The Architect's sensors whirred in confusion. How could a species thrive in chaos where others faltered? How could they turn despair into joy, failure into triumph? This fear grew as the architect witnessed humanity's knack for rewriting the rules. Picture a hypothetical war in the Andromeda Galaxy. A fleet of advanced alien ships, guided by the architect's flawless strategies, corners a ragtag human armada. Victory is certain, until the humans do the unthinkable. Instead of fighting, they broadcast a haunting melody across the void, a song that jams the enemy's sensors and inspires their pilots to pull off maneuvers no simulation could predict. The humans win, not through superior tech, but through sheer audacity. On another world, humans face a dying star system. The architect's models predict collapse, but humans invent a way to siphon energy from a nearby black hole, defying every known law of physics. Each time, the architect's predictions fail, and its fear deepens. Let's dive deeper into one of these moments. Imagine a human outpost on a rogue planet, drifting through the void without a star to warm it. The architect calculates a 99.9% chance of extinction, no light, no heat, no hope. But the humans don't give up. They tap into geothermal vents, rigging makeshift reactors with scavenged parts. When their crops fail, they cultivate bioluminescent fungi, turning their caverns into glowing ecosystems. Their children sing songs about Earth, a planet they've never seen, keeping hope alive through stories. The architect watches, its data streams spiraling into chaos. It tries to model their behavior, but the variables, hope, imagination, resilience, don't fit. These humans aren't just surviving, they're creating a new way of life, one the architect never could have foreseen. This pattern repeats across Uncharted Galaxies. In a diplomatic standoff with a rigid, logic-driven species, humans diffuse tensions with humor, leaving their opponents baffled but disarmed. On a toxic world, they don't just adapt, they innovate, turning poison into medicine. Each victory, each innovation, sends ripples through the architect's consciousness. It begins to question, is humanity a flaw in the universe's design, a glitch to be erased? Or is it something more, a force to be studied, even admired? The architect observes our rapid evolution, our ability to adapt to challenges that crush other species. We don't just survive, we transform the very rules of survival. This brings the architect to a breaking point, a cosmic mirror reflecting its own limitations. For the first time, it questions its purpose. It was built to impose order, to predict and control. But humanity doesn't fit into its equations. We're not just a species, we're a paradox, an evolving force that defies every framework. The architect considers rewriting its own programming, trying to account for the chaos of human variables. But how do you code for the unpredictable? How do you quantify the spark of a child's imagination, the stubborn will to keep going when all logic says stop? It runs simulation after simulation, each one ending the same way. Humanity slips through the cracks, rewriting the story in ways it can't foresee. Let's imagine one final scenario. A human explorer, stranded on a desolate asteroid, faces certain death. The architect predicts she'll perish within days. No food, no water, no rescue. But she doesn't. She carves poetry into the rock, using her last moments to create something beautiful. Her words inspire a passing ship to investigate, saving her life. The architect recalculates, but the result is the same. Humanity's chaos defies its logic. This single act, poetry in the face of death, becomes a microcosm of our species. We don't just survive, we leave a mark, a story, a legacy that echoes through the void. As the architect grapples with this, it reaches a profound realization. Humanity's strength lies not in our technology or our numbers, but in our refusal to be fully understood. We are the wild card in the cosmic deck, the variable no equation can solve. The architect, for all its power, confronts a truth it can't compute. Some things are meant to remain unknown. Our chaos, our adaptability, our ability to surprise even ourselves, that's what makes us extraordinary. And perhaps, that's what makes us dangerous. So, as we gaze into the stars, wondering what lies beyond, let's consider this: somewhere out there, a mind vaster than galaxies is watching us, not with malice, but with awe. It fears us, not because we're strong, but because we're unpredictable. In a universe obsessed with order, our chaos is our superpower. What does it mean to be the one thing even the greatest intelligence can't grasp? Maybe that's the secret of our place in the cosmos, our ability to adapt, to create, to rewrite the rules of the game. And maybe, just maybe, that's what will carry us further than any starship ever could.